the ability to share the gospel here on this platform, that it's still up as of now. We haven't had a solar flare take down our modern day grid system, although it's very vulnerable to get hit by a solar flare, or it could be something nefarious. So thank you for another day to be able to share to the whole rock the gospel. Come in, and on a day like today, All Hallows Eve, right, this pagan satanic holiday celebration. We're not supposed to celebrate any days, and yet they continue to do the things that are vain and worthless. And so this is an opportunity. No such thing as luck or free will. So to show people to the light. I mean, we're feeding children poison and celebrating a satanic holiday. Sweets come from Ishtar, Semiramis, the wife of Satan, the sun god Satan, Mithra, Apollyon, birthed in the middle of the winter. Their Masse god, their god where they used to have a barbecue and eat flesh of man after marinating a man in sex for a whole week and marinating with the finest that they had to offer. And it's like a lottery. They'd lottery and then they'd eat them. So all this is the same ritual for better harvest. This is the paganism hijacked by Satanism, which is the Masse, Christ Mass, the Masse, the eating of the Mass, the man. That's the crackers and grape juice. Catholicism, which is Satanism, which is the Pope. Father, he said, call no man father, that is Pope or Papa. So he said, call no man teacher. That is the word prophet. There is no prophecy. So all this is blasphemy. And so don't try to turn a goat, or an ass into a sheep. They'll hear it. It says that in the scripture. They'll know that my flock, they'll know me by my voice, my gospel, so they won't celebrate anything. So today is a day where you can show people that are in the broad way, because Satanism is All Hallows Eve. That's their Samhain rituals. That's a dual pagan holiday combined by and brought to you by the Catholic Mormons or Catholics. Christians are Catholics. Calvinists are Catholics. Baptists are Catholics. They all follow this Pope Papa, this Masse, Christ Mass. Christmas is Satan. The heart symbol. So the heart symbol is the symbol of the ass. Like, not somebody who acts like an ass, but if you notice the top shape, it's like two butt cheeks. How about that? Could you be any more obvious? Cupid's arrow. So the symbol of the heart is Satanism. And the symbol of the halo is Satan. The angel with the halo is Satan. That's 9/11. Sun god. The serpent eating its own tail. But imagery and idolatry, he warned of that. So Lupercalia, Ishtar, Semiramis, the one who had sex with her son. This is where you get this pedophilia from. It comes out of Satanism. It comes out of, hey, they throw your kids in the fire, Krampus, eat your kids. Where do you think that comes from? It comes from their goddess transgender. Warp Speed had over his Top Gun, in the Trump Top Gun plane, where he dumps shit on the people. Feces right on the people. So that's what he thinks of the people. So. But anyways, that is Satan, Mithra, the sun god, Apollyon, the one he has his house decorated with, the one who had a arch of triumph in front of the Babylonian 5811, the sun god Satan, the one with the sun over the top. You put the light on the top of the tree. That's the swastika. Remember, I've done all this over and over. That's the Yule wheel, the feast of the Yule. So this is their feast days. They have all their, like, the red. They like to put the sun over the top of the tree, or star. That's the Ishtar, or the crescent moon. Anytime you see a nation that has the crescent moon and the star, they worship the sex goddess Semiramis. They like kitty touch much, you know, like Muhammad, all those Muslim, you know, you ever read the Quran? So people are, they've forgotten the Old Testament. I've talked about it about 50 times at least since you've been in here. So, but nobody else exposed that to you. You know, that is Lupercalia. That is the worship of the sun god with the wolf, the dog god, e-god, Doge. See, that's how I was able to tell you all that before it ever happened, because I know what I speak in their symbolism, gematria. They speak in code, ciphers. Hell, they speak in Mountain Dew. I do. So that is February. It starts in the spring. Remember, it's all this stuff I've showed you over and over and over again. This is the worship that starts at 9:23. There's Samhain rituals. They go here into the All Hallows Eve. This is right here, All Hallows Eve. Christ Mass, Lupercalia, Ishtar. They had a sacrifice for better harvest in the spring. This is all the same holiday. Halloween is Christmas, is Lupercalia, which is Valentine's Day, which is Easter. They're all Satanism. They're all paganism. Putting the sun over the top of the tree. The God birthed in the middle of the winter. Jesus Christ, birthed on December 25th. They'd have an orgy of a man. Remember, on the 17th of December, they'd have a lottery or pill draw in Rome. Christmas is an orgy. They'd eat the man of the Masse. Remember, 9/11, the sun god. So, oh my goodness. You just do it all over. Shut up, you stupid John 3:16 nonsense. Get out of here, you Satanists. Being the light's a Satanist. You don't even know what it means to be saved. You can't be saved. Nobody's ever been saved. And believe is not a thought in your head. So get away from me, being the light. You're an idiot Christian, aren't you? Christians are going to hell. Christians are already in hell, aren't they? Tova, define the word hell. Jesus is Satan, the sun god. Lord is a pagan term. So, name is the word Shem. This is a Satanist right here. Being the light is a Satanist. He's a Satanist. That's what I'm saying. Father, word of perverts like this. Yeah, praying for you. You don't know what it means to pray. Goodbye, Strange. Get out of here. You just don't like the word. Goodbye, Strange. Like strange clouds, it's strange to you because you have no dialectus. Your alien tongue is not welcome here. There's no such thing as aliens. There's no such thing as a planet. Are you on a planet, stranger? Are you on a planet, strange? Do you live on a planet, strange? So, okay, define abyss, Tova. Define what the word abyss is. Abyss is hell. What's hell? Give me the definition. Just told these people they're in their own little hell, aren't they? Strange clouds. I got a question for you, Tova. Define the word hell for me. Please. Come on. You've been in here 100 times when I've defined the word hell. We do this one word at a time. Put my moderators through the same thing. Spiritual realm, what the hell are you? Military, you ain't no veteran. You ain't no flyboy. Listen here, Top Gun. Get out of here, Tom Cruise, with your little fake missiles. hiring a B-2 bomber over Iran, hiring a hippie in the helicopter. Bird cannot achieve lift without resistance. You don't know anything about flying. No, I didn't ask for that. I asked you to define it, Tova. Give me the definition of hell. You've been in there 100 times when I've defined it. Bis, bathos, and busos. What do those words mean? Your infantry. Oh, you're a grunt. Okay, whatever. So that's all right. All veterans are swine, pigs. I know. To have a DD-214 doesn't mean it's honorable, though, does it? So I rebuke anybody who's in the military. Serve the beast system. If you're not rebuking the system, Christ stood up to the beast of the day, the halakha, the Haggadah, to the law, the government, and religion. So nothing more filthy than a United States Army veteran, U.S. Army veteran at that. So at least I can learn from my mistakes. It said, do not quit your post until properly relieved. I haven't found no soldiers that'll stand and got my 6. You know what I'm saying? I'm not supposed to serve a system outside our own borders. Remember, Washington said no foreign entanglements. I didn't know that. I joined the Army's delayed entry program at 17. Didn't mean anything. I'm still going to be held accountable for that. Remember? Just measure be poured out. The measure you pour out on others be poured back out on you. So that's all I say. And if anybody can understand that, then, you know, they're welcome to hang out here. There's veterans who come in here, but I don't like being a veteran. So, Tova, did you give me the definition of, okay, well, you have to define to be in this chat. Remember, Tova, that's what we do here. So, the word bis, bathos, and busos all are Revelation 9:11. They have a king over them. Remember? They have a king over them. The king of the abyss. Revelation 9:11. The word angelos is the word you use as messenger. No, you use the word angel. The definition of an angel is messenger. So angels don't come from the sky. Fallen isn't from the sky. God's not in the sky. Hell is not below your feet. So I ask you to define the word hell, because in Revelation 9:11, it says they have a sun god. This is called step-by-step instruction. They teach you how to, when you go through training in the military, it's whatever, how to lead. I'm giving you step-by-step instruction. That's why we do this in here. Now everybody picks it up at the same level, okay? I asked you to define the word hell. In Revelation 9:11, it says they have a sun god, right? The sun god. No, it says they have a king, the king of the abyss, the king of hell, Tardis, Hades. Okay, this is what I'm giving you the definition of where this, people call it devil. You put your little heart, that's the red devil over here, your little leotarded red devil. That's Lupercalia Satan, little pokey Jesus, or the white devil with the halo, the one you put earlier. So hold on, stop talking, Tova. Stop talking. We don't mourn in here. Somebody die, SS? You haven't awake? Did you wake up and somebody died? So we don't mourn in here, just so you know. No reason to mourn, is there? Did somebody die? Oh, it's All Hallows Eve. Everybody's a bunch of pagans. So slow down a little bit, Tova. Okay? So, get out of here, Strange. See, you're still pissed off because you don't like my alien dialect. You know there's no such thing as aliens there, Strange. What year is it, Strange? Let's see if you even know what you're talking about. Get out of here, Cram. You can't even keep concentrate like orange juice, like, whatever, Simply Delight, or what are you on? Some Tropicana? Get out of here, island boy. You think too much. Trump's Island. Go to your island. Not EpiPen Island or Epstein Island. Go to Trump's Island. Get out of here. Cram, scram. Get the flock out of Dodge. Goodbye. So, somebody die there? SS Nova. Come on, let's go. Supernova. Did somebody die? So, remember Tova. Remember? The word bis, bathos, and busos. all have the same. You got the highlight of a half-ate donut. Okay, so everybody, you're going to say half-ate donut. Okay, this guy's a cop. Apparently, he's got sugar all around his face, powdered sugar, or he's got his nose up. He's a pig licker. He's got his nose up some cop's ass. Listen here, strange. I asked you what year it is. I asked Tova to define the word abyss. So now you need to define the word abyss and hell. Define the word hell, because if not, you're out of here. You're an idiot. I can already tell. You've never even seen or heard anything in your life. You are just like some bumbling idiot. That's giving you the benefit of the doubt. How about you define the word idiot? That's what you got to do. Define the word idiot. Don't define the word hell. That's the word she had. I said bis, bathos, or busos all have the same meaning. So now you're on the clock. Doom, 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 doom. You need to play a little silly reindeer game. You want to phone a friend, need to make a lifeline. OJ, concentrate. Remember? Like Orange Juice, the guy who went to go get his shit back, the guy who killed his wife, or the guy who went down the highway at, breakneck speed. Come on, you're slow as fuck. Hurry up. They're strange. What year is it too, by the way? Eric's already asked you that question, half-eat donut. Can you concentrate? You can't even remember. You're half-eaten? No. You're twice as 8 up. You're 16 up. You know what 8 up is? I got a veteran in here, a military veteran. He knows what 8 up is if he's still in here. He knows what 16 up. This strange is 16 up. He's twice as 8 up as these other motherfuckers in here calling me a half-eat donut. So what year is it? And now I've asked Tova to define. So what's your word you need to define? Do you even remember which word you need to define? Can you concentrate? Like Orange Juice, or are you just sitting there like some bumbling idiot? That's the word you need to define, idiot. Define it or leave, strange. Remember alien dialect? You can't concentrate. A little too early for you. Remember somebody came in and said morning, they're going to have a wake? I was a reconstructionist. I was a pig. So I know pigs when I see one. I don't sup with vipers or cast my pearls before swine, pigs, people in government, or pig lickers. Remember, half-eaten donut? You got the shit around your face? Speak up. You're slow as fuck, man. What's wrong with you? Concentrate like Orange. You mean to run you in circles, give you the whole donut? Halo, I told her a halo is a white devil or a red devil. Leotarded little... So, Tova, what is the word bis, bathos, or busos? I told you. Do you own a lexicon yet? Have you bought your concordance? The web could go down tomorrow. We could get hit by a solar flare. It could be something nefarious. North Korea flies a satellite over the United Corporation, my dividing corporation, every day. True love is like blood. No, blood is. So this is their definition, brothers, sisters. Thumbs down. You're an idiot. Tova, moderate strange. Get the fuck out of here. Don't ever come back. Turn that fucking back up like this. Just got out of bed. This guy wants me to take a nap. Get out of here. Tova, moderate strange is an idiot. He couldn't even define the word idiot, nor could they tell me this idiot right here, tell me what year it was. Couldn't even phone a friend, have a lifeline, couldn't concentrate like Orange Juice. So whatever, man. Not going to turn goats into sheep. You know what I'm saying? So what's wrong with these people? It's 2013. No, it's not 2013. So Tova, come on. Concentrate there, lady. What is the word bis, bathos, and busos? In Revelation 9:11, it says they have a king of them, the king of the abyss. They have an angel, a king. The word angel is the word angelos in the Greek. The word angelos is the word angel. The definition of angel is messenger. So the messenger of the Revelation 9:11 is the 7th king that is being revealed as the 8th king as we speak. So trying to get you to slow down a little bit. What's with you? Go back to your island, Jacob. Nobody cares about, quit talking about boys. Check this person's things for kiddie porn. Police, FBI, CIA, they watch this channel. I've been doing this for 12 years. Get Jacob and see if he's got kiddie porn in his IP address. Check this IP address for kiddie porn. Whatever, state police come right to my house. You think you're fucking with the wrong guy there, buddy. You truly are. You don't know who the hell you're messing with. You don't even know what the word hell is. So don't come in here. This channel is watched and monitored by law enforcement. So, yeah, it's All Hallows Eve, a dual pagan holiday. I hope you can get better. Okay, goodbye, time. Get out of here. You don't even know what time is. Time's an illusion. How about that? It's a doorway where one doorway closes, another one opens. In this case, the door's that way. Right or left, eh? Which way you going? Exit stage, right or left? New little world stage. Play your little silly reindeer games. No, it's Tim, right? No, it's time. It's time. It's time. It's time. I'm calling you time. I'll call you whatever I want to call you. You can play left out if you'd like. That's what's going to end up if you speak up and say something stupid in here. I'm not here to make friends with you. This is a pagan holiday. This is the one of the best blessed opportunities you have to sit there and I can see more or less. Oh, okay, Tim's going to say I'm divorced. I'm married to the word, you idiot. Okay, don't moderate Tim. Tim, tell everybody the word since Tova won't listen to me. Can't get Tova to define the word hell. Tell everybody what the word hell is. Define the word hell. Since Tim, he don't know what time it is. Tell everybody what year it is and define the word. We've given this 2 tasks to the same people. Okay? So you have 2 tasks now, or you got to get out of here. You're on the clock, Tim. Time is up. Come on, hurry up. You need to phone a friend. Okay, weirdo. Goodbye. I don't want to be like you, Cram, at all. I don't want to be like anybody in this world. Goodbye. I have a moderating wrench too, and I won't moderate you permanently, but go to timeout. Children is an adult-only stream. Children are not meant to be seen or heard. Go outside until your lights turn on. Oh, until lights turn on outside till you see the damn light. Get out of here. So, okay, Strange, you're still in here. Tova, you're not doing your job. I asked you to moderate Strange. Okay? You don't know what a watcher is, okay? Get out of here. Watcher. Uh-oh, somebody's been reading the Book of Enoch. Which author, Strange? Let's put you back on the clock. Since you couldn't even define the 2 words, I couldn't get Tova to define the 2 words. Now I've asked, what was it? Jacob coming here playing around, but Tim, remember? He's on the clock to define the 2 words, right? Abyss or hell. Come on, I'm speaking up there, Tim. Give me the definition of hell right now, or you got to go. Strange is out of here. Max says, I'm a child. Do you know what it means to be 7, Max? Tell everybody what it means to be 7. Toby, you're on the clock too now. Come on, lady. What is the word of hell? I don't care what Max said something. I want you to tell me what the word abyss is and define it for me, Toba. Everybody's in here. Everybody gonna put through the same fire today, huh? It's the same thing. It's fiery trials. You like it? If not, get out of here. I'm not here to sit there and appease this world right now. Everybody's a pagan. It's not okay to celebrate a single day, not Mother, you're not Labor Day. Oh, Tim, roast this man. Strange can't even make anything. You know, Strange, I'm just letting you stay in here. I don't have to let you stay in here. So, Strange, you're a fucking idiot. You know that? Goodbye. Goodbye. Children, man. A world filled with children Satanists. I don't want to hear clearly having an episode. Okay, goodbye, Tim. Can't define hell or tell you what year it is. See, guys, if you can't answer a question, I'm not going to have you in here. So, Tova, I'm going to take your moderator wrench away from you if you don't answer my question. I'm asking you, I don't want to take your wrench from you, but I asked you to get rid of Strange. You didn't do that. Now I've asked you because you got to put you the same standard that everybody else is in here. I don't want to take your wrench from you. I'm asking you to define the word abyss, hell. And I keep asking everybody else, and nobody can concentrate enough to answer it, neither of you. You haven't given me the definition of the word abyss, hell. No, I don't want your opinion. That is called idolatry. That is called translation. I want the definition of the word bis, bathos, or busos. Just produce fruit, Jacob. That's all you have to do in here. Just produce some fruit. Oh, hey, you know, you can raise 10 rabbits and that's as much as a cow. You know, we pickle our you know, we do pickling here. We ferment, we raise, I raise my own, you know, as much of my own food as I can. I'm an off-grider. I've been off-grid for 10 years. this ministry is completely off grid. You know, I already put everything in the ground up. I'm not this person who lives on a smart meter. Okay, I don't want your definition. I want the definition of abyss. I'm going to throw you out of here if you cannot give me the definition of abyss. So, Tova, give me the definition of abyss. I've asked you 5 times. See, look at Tova. Give me the definition of bathos. It's not bus, it's B-U-S-O-S, B-A-T-H-O-S, or B-Y-S-S. I need to know what that means. That has a definition. The A in the Greek, in the Revelation 9:11, they have a king over them, the angel of the abyss. Angel is a messenger, not something flying around with wings. Angels are messengers. Stop thinking of an angel as some kind of flying around. That's not what an angel is. If you think that, fuck off. Get out of here. There's no fallen angels from the sky. Fallen angels aren't giants. You're a Nephilim. Now I'm asking you for the definition of the word bis, bathos, or busos. I gave you all the spellings of them. Tova, come on, you got to concentrate, lady. Seriously, I have now asked you probably 10 times. Maybe you figured out why your man won't listen to you. Jesus didn't die for you, God bless. Jesus is Satan, the sun god. Mithra, which Christ, which Jesus, you're. Well, Tova, you've been in here for months. I have said it in front of you on this ministry probably at least 100 times since you've been in here. The word abyss, remember it says, my people shall perish for lack of knowledge. Remember, knowledge is the word bis, bathos, or busos. Knowledge. Knowledge is the word bis, bathos. That's all I was asking you, Tova. That's all you had to tell me. Bis, bathos, or busos, Pastor, is the word knowledge. No, not knowledge is abyss. Knowledge is bis. Abyss negates. The A negates, cancels what follows. So you got to slow down, Tova. And I'm not trying to go put you, nail you in front of everybody. I see why your man can't handle you. You're fucking all over the place like me. Bis is knowledge. B-A-T-H-O-S, that's knowledge. In A, I am the Alpha and the Omega. Z is not the last letter to the alphabet. It's A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z was not the last letter. There is no J in Greek, nor is there a J in Hebrew. I'm not going to fight over a letter. When he says, hallowed be my name, he didn't mean God or Jesus or Yeshua. He meant this new covenant, and he meant all of them, minus the letters that are blotted out in the Old Testament of the laws of flesh, fee, fine, celebration, and people are celebrating All Hallows Eve today. So slow down and listen. You're not going to find Father unless you define one word at a time. He is the word. That is the word Hokadesh, ghost. There is no such thing as ghost. There's no such thing as aliens. Alien is a word. So don't you dare call my Father an alien. Father is the word. Father creates evil. Isaiah 45:7, calamity, chaos. He creates what you call devil. Devil's not a word ever written in Scripture, nor is the word Jesus. Christ, never written in Scripture. Lord, never written there once. Planet, never once. Lucifer, never once. These words that you add, he told you do not add a jot. That is a little period, the smallest of the punctuation, and now you live on that jot. The word planet is not in the Scripture. Fallen doesn't mean from the sky. Heaven's not above your head. Hell is not below your feet. The A negates in all of the Greek. I am the Alpha and the Omega in the beginning. Alpha, that is negation in the Greek. So abyss, abathos, abusos is the word hell. People already live in their own hell. It's the empty space of the word abyss. Hokadesh, Alathea, Hados. They're not in the narrow way. They're in the broad way. So slow down, Tova. I have the same brain as you. Don't you think I don't? Yes, I do. If I asked you to define one word, define one word. So he said, my people shall perish for lack of busos. I will throw them in the abusos, abathos abyss. No knowledge. They're already there. It's the empty space in people's hell is not below your feet. You don't live on some earth is the ruled. Heavens is the ruling class. You don't die and go to the sky. Nothing is in the sky. Stop it. You don't live in a universe. You're not getting out of the firmament. Nobody's been ever been out of, you don't go to the sky. Take your sky daddy worshiping your ball gods and go somewhere else. Take your two nuts, the man's nuts, grab them and get them out of here. I'm not hearing this crap. Pumpkins, balls, here we go again. All Hallows Eve, dual pagan holiday. Never once in scripture was it ever written. And people are going to tell themselves it's okay to just feed our children fucking poison today. Like they used to bake hot cross top buns. That's where you get your sugar from. Samaramis's wife, remember? Right? Oh no, Samaramis was the wife of Satan and had a child, Tammuz, and she had sex with her son after Satan died. Satan is Masse. Masse is the eating of the human flesh. Christ Mass is Satan, Apollyon Mithra. You celebrate Satan, you celebrate Christ. Christ is never term ever written in the text ever. Well, the term Christ means an anointed in oil, but never written in the text. Wow, what do you know? So why do you use the word Christ? Doesn't say Christ, like the cross. That is the unk. That is the perversion of the deadly head wound that was healed. He warns about imagery and idolatry. Idolatry is these eyes, these two thieves that'll steal your crown. Like he said in Revelation 3:11, I come quickly. That's why on March 11, he declared the coronavirus. Crown, you see what I'm saying? Probably not. So, this isn't something I'm going to sit here and play with on a day like today where they're celebrating, the whole world's telling me it's okay to give poison to children. They used to bake hot cross-top buns to Samaramis, the sex goddess who had sex with her son. So it's not okay. Samhain is Ishtar. Samhain is All Hallows Eve. Samhain is Christmas. Samhain is Lupercalia. Samhain is Easter. It's all the celebration of the sun god birthed. Right here. I've done it over and over. Okay? There you are. You're right there on your wheel right now. Right there. That's where you're at. See, they wanted to have a better harvest. They would have a offering, a burnt offering of flesh. Father used to require the burnt offering of flesh, you idiots. Grow up. But we're not under that testament anymore. So this is Christmas. Jesus Christ is Satan, the sun god. There's no J's in Hebrew, or is there in Hebrew or? So Jesus is Satan right there, December 25th. Are you that childish? Yeah, you put the sun on top of the light on top of the tree. That's Satan. Mithra, Moloch. Esau killed his brother Moloch. Satan stole the inheritance. They thought the sun was dying at the equinox. Equal day, 9:23, equal night, equal day, equal night. This is Christmas. This is what they're celebrating today, All Hallows Eve. This isn't even written in Scripture. None of this. Christmas is not Scripture. February, Lupercalia, Valentine's Day, Easter. None of this is ever written in the Scripture, ever. Easter is written one time, and that is Passover. And he said, if you didn't have your blood marked at the doorway, the post at the head of your doorway, he would kill your firstborn. You're an idiot. You're a bleeding and bumbling idiot. Celebrate anything, you're dead wrong. Not supposed to celebrate a single day. Satanist, Lord, a pagan term, Lord, never written in the text. Says you can't serve two masters. That's what the term Lord means. These two thieves, this is what he tells us not to do. They're using words that are never written in the text. I have them right here. Never will you find the word Lord, Christ, Jesus, Lucifer, planet, devil. Never. You words, he said, don't have a jot That is a period, and now you've added a whole yod is a cosmos is an orderly arrangement of letters, and you've made up your own idolatry. You're an idolater, so you know. Yes, you are. That's exactly what you do. You're in your own little hell already, aren't you? Hell's not below your feet. It's not 2025. I can tell you that much. That's how far off. You don't even know what time it is, let alone do you know what year it is. So devil, that word's never written there. What is a devil? Devil, you're an idiot. Idiot means you don't know what you're talking about. You've never seen it or heard it. That's not an insult. If I call somebody an idiot, they freak out on me because they're bumbling idiots. It's not 2025. God's not in the sky. Heaven's not above your head. No, it's not. See that term you use right there, you bumbling idiot? Bible? See that? This was never written on paper, you idiot. It means book. It wasn't written on paper. You're a fool. You've been turned and spun and twisted. It was written on scrolls and tablets and rock. It was turned into a paper that's called Bible. You're an idiot. You don't know what the Council of Nicaea is, do you? This is never says Lord. Never does it say Jesus. There's no J in Hebrew or Greek. So who the fuck is Jesus that you speak of? If you use your translation, Paul said another Jesus. He said many Christs. So which Jesus do you speak of? I'm telling you, is it your Satan son God, the one I just pointed out to you on your Yule wheel? So you're an idiot. There's no vowels in Hebrew, so don't start calling them Yeshua or Yahweh or no, there's no vowels in Hebrew. J was the last letter added to the English alphabet. It's never written in Greek or Hebrew. And I'm not going to fight over a letter because when he says name, he doesn't mean Jesus, nor does he mean God, nor does he mean Yahweh, nor does he mean Yahushua HaMashiach. He means this new covenant minded, the ones in the book of Colossians 2 and 14, what's written on tables of stone, the law, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, and Deuteronomy, 613 laws, statutes, commandments. Which ones are blotted out? Which ones are blotted out? The handwriting of ordinances in the book of Colossians 2 and 14, all laws of flesh. So tell me which ones where there are, because you're not supposed to go by those ones. You're not under, and if you do, you put yourself right under the laws of the Torah. One sin was death, add one jot death, one tittle death, one thought death. That is the word pornea. You like that? That's the New Testament, New Covenant. So which ones are the old and you're not supposed to follow? Don't celebrate a single day. How about that? To start, or you celebrating anything, then you're a Satanist. You're the adversary. You're supposed to go out and tell people we're not supposed to celebrate, and then you suffer for that. Because he fulfilled all the laws of celebration. Fee, fine. He put his paper, no body on a tree, like you had to put a piece of paper, nail it, contract, marriage, to make it a bride contract. Woo! Didn't you like that? Okay, levels of the universe. Bye. Idiot. So Jesus, you find this book everywhere. You can find it online. It is called The Interlinear Textus Receptus. I'll slow down because they got Jesus in their name. That's a horrible name that you have, but that's okay. Ask and you shall receive. Father does this, okay? So this is the interlinear, meaning it's written in both languages. See how that's written in Hebrew, in English, Greek, and English. This is the one that was canonized so you can study by the number, coded by the concordance. Okay? Interlinear Textus Receptus. This is the one that century. This is an old 12th century book. If your book does not look like this, you have the wrong text. Okay? This is coded by the number with the concordance. So you can go through. It is the Hendricks version right here, Hendrickson version right here. Okay. You can, with the concordance. Okay. Okay. You're not, the reason why I'm going over this, no, it's not a new book. Get out of here. Even. All right. I'll be my own moderator for a minute. Tova, moderate anybody who's, don't over moderate her. Anybody who's an idiot, not speaking in any kind of, and I put this back in you because, you were having a hard time, you're not putting even, you got to slow down a little bit. Okay. This is coded by the number where you can one word study every word in this book by definition, period. That's what makes this book unique to any other book that was available right now. There's only one version of the text that was canonized in the 12th century where they took 300 men at the Council of Nicaea and they literally pulled out what was called the definitions by using the lexicon. That's what you modern day people would call a dictionary, like a Webster. A Jewish old Hebrew lexicon would be a Jewish dictionary or a Hebrew dictionary. Okay. The New Testament is an old Jewish book written in Greek. You need to study it with the Greek lexicon, the Greek dictionary. This is this is what they did. Remember, it'd been over 40 years since we won't go into why and how, but they had not had a place to study. They took the old Torah and translated it into the Aramaic. Okay, it lost all it, but when they made this Council of Nicaea, they took the original scrolls and tablets and pulled out and used the lexicon to define the words. Even in the 12th century, they ran into words that they could not define. Okay, so they couldn't define these words. That's called a translation. They had to make up some version. A transliteration means there's no little change to the yod, which would mean the letters or the aletheia, the truth, the definition, using the dictionary or lexicon. Okay? So this book was canonized in the 12th century where they took 300 men at the Council of Nicaea. They used the dictionaries and they still had problems defining words then. So I don't want to hear your shit about your garbage version. It's trash. There's only one accepted text. Everything else is garbage because it hasn't been defined. So I don't want to hear about your 1611 and the Ethiopian. I know what those texts are. They were not canonized. You can leave. I don't study out of the rejected texts here. I don't talk about them. These are the rejected texts. They took out 22 of the texts because they were not aligned with the definition, nor were they aligned with the gospel. So there's my two witnesses. I'm not going to hear it. This father wanted there to be 67 books. There would have been 67. Father had to do everything with this book. Do you understand? This was done at the Council of Nicaea. This is the King James Version where they literally took all the words out and defined them. Now, they had problems then defining words, so I don't want to hear about your stupid definitions now because there's no planet in this text. Does it say planet? Does it say Jesus? Does it say God? Does it say Lord? Does it say any of these words? These words are added to your versions that you study in their blasphemy, kind of like Halloween and Valentine's Day and Christmas and Easter. These are all blasphemy. These are not part of the original set apart days. The Feast of Ingatherings, the Feast of Tabernacles, the Feast of Unleavened. But we're not under the laws of celebration anymore. We're not under the laws of flesh, you idiots. We're not supposed to celebrate a single day. Not mother is your instruction, and that's what I'm giving you. Your brothers and your sisters are your mother. Those are do the will of the Father. That is those who will have their names called out. Those are the ones he chose from the foundation of the world. They don't come from the sky. They're not going to the sky. They're going to stay right where they're at, and they're going to have their wedding feast of the lambs in the sky, and that's not in the sky, so grow up. You better start studying these one word at a time. You think you want a relationship with the Father? Father is the word Hokadesh. That is the word Holy Spirit, Ruach Hokadesh. He is the word without flesh. He's the creator, the writer, the author. He creates everything not written and everything that ever will be. So no free will, no luck. Nobody's been saved because the final shofar, ram's horn has not sounded, the final trump. So nobody's dead and gone to the sky. Heaven's not above your head. Grow up. It's not 2025. That's right. The word alien is a word. Now you're going to tell me there's such thing as an alien? It's time for you to go. It's not 2025. Get out of here. I don't sup with vipers. Remember he said you knew I was a snake before you let me in? Then he let Joe Biden. Two cheeks to the same hole, two wings to the same dragon. If you play this poly crap too, get out of here too. Poly meaning many, tick meaning bloodsucker. Christ stood up to the law, the government, and religion, and they threw him in jail. Does anybody want to hang you from a tree? He said, conform to my image. Follow after me. The Most High in flesh, the Word in flesh. The Hamashiach who hung from a tree, not from a cross. That's paganism, Satanism, the Ankh, Constantine rebranding, all that. Thought he would lose his empire, the deadly head wound that was healed in Scripture. Catholicism, which is Satanism. The Christians follow that same thing, crackers and grape juice, Pope, Papa. Christians are Satanists. Mormons, Satanists, there's no prophecy. Calvinists, Satanists. Baptists, Satan, he, the Most High, does not dwell. The Most High does not dwell in temples made by what? The body is a temple. Christ in you, the kingdom of heaven is within. That's why he was such a threat to the church. And that's what you're not sharing. That's why you're not a disciple. That's why you're not a threat to the church, are you? That's why nobody wants to throw you in a jail cell or hang you from a tree. Does anybody want to put holes in you? Because he said, conform to my image. Does anybody want to put holes in you? Anybody want to? Are you facing charges for standing against America the beast? America's the beast, in case you ain't figured it out. Oh yeah, America's the beast with all its 1,000+ military bases in 180 countries. I would know. I serve this beast system. So if you're not standing up to America, you're a weak. You're not a disciple. Enjoy your gnashing of teeth. I'm being judgmental. You're damn right I judge. Righteous judgment. He separates the wheat from the chaff. Yes, he does. We are to judge righteously, show people if they're in the broad way to the narrow way. Big city lights leads to the wide gate. Your Kill Bill, Pito, Trumpstein Island wide pizza gates. They're all on the same team. Brothers, sisters, you mix red and blue, you get what? Kitty. Yep. Throw your kids in the fire, eat your kids. Krampus. Royalty. Hello, like a crown, I come quickly. Let no one take your crown. Do you know about 666? Yeah, 666. Do you there, Spooky? 666. Tell everybody in here, Spooky. Tell everybody what 666 is the number of what? Spooky. What are you, some ghost? Get out of here. 66 is the number of what, Spooky? Let's see if you even know what you're talking about. America's the beast, brothers and sisters. Has there ever been a nation that's gone and had 1,000 military bases in all 180 countries, strangling everybody, making everybody pay for oil with the U.S. dollar? The number of the craft who will invade. Get out of here, you idiot child. You guys are idiots. Look at this. I'll moderate anybody who gets the wrong answer. Okay. That one's out of here. 87565. Your mom was a blowfish. Goodbye. So, anybody else like to answer the question? I won't, if you're just being, facetious. 666 is the number of what? Put it in the chat. Spark the algorithm. The algorithm is a dancer because we won't allow you to pervert the word that it says in here. He is the word. There's no such thing as an alien, okay? There's no aliens. Stop it. Heaven's not above your head. Earth's not below your feet. Hell's not below your feet. It's not 2025. God's not in the sky. This is all Satanism, Catholicism. You're doing the same thing he told us not to do. You're not supposed to celebrate a single day. Not a labor, not Hallows Eve, not All Hallows Eve. None of this. You're a Satanist, face it. We've all been there. I used to do these same stupid things too. He said, come out of my people. Do not partake in unfruitful works of darkness. You'll know them by their fruit. Well, that's the worst thing you could ever celebrate. It's the birth of oneself. There's only 2 birth dates in all of Scripture. One's Satan, one was Herod, who was trying to kill Christ. So that's how much you've actually sat and stuffed your face into these words. You've brokered your salvation. Salvation is the word saved. You have to die to be saved. Nobody's been saved. Nobody's going to be saved until Christ returns. You've never read the text. You can't be saved. You can't accept Christ. No free will, no luck. Would you teach us that? What is that? So this celebration of the All Hallows Eve is a dual pagan holiday added to you by the Catholic Church, which are Satanism. Catholics are Satanists. Christians are Satanists. Satan is anybody who adds to the text. That's antichrist. You just don't like the terms because your dialect is watered down. You speak. Explain John 3:16. Okay, well, can you tell me what the word believe is then, Trenton? What does it mean to be saved? I just said you have to die to be saved. That the word is salvation, to be picked up, carried, lifted from beginning point to an ending point. And he tells us we have to endure to the end to be saved. So, can you tell me what the word believe is? The most bastardized word ever in Scripture. Believe in Jesus. What does that mean? Believe. Tell me what it is. I'm isolating one word. I know what you're talking about. I know this is the most raped word ever in all of Father's text. It's not trust. That's not what trust is. Nope, you're dead wrong. See, you're a Satanist. So you know, Trenton. You're a Satanist because you've already changed what the word means. And he said, don't do that. It's not about trust. It's about faith. Faith and faith alone are we saved. So you are a Satanist and just accept it. I've been there. Satan means you're adding. You're the opposite, the adversary. He said, don't, and you're doing that. So don't go anywhere. I've done it, been there, but then I was corrected. See, I had to unlearn and relearn. So Satanist means that you're the adversary. If you add a single jot, that is a period, you are the adversary. You are not Satan, you are a Satanist. You are Antichrist, not the Antichrist. You are with Christ. When you don't change anything, that is the gospel. You add to the God. That's the other gospel. Paul warned, another gospel and another Christ, as he said, many or another Jesus. So what I'm trying to help you do is slow down. Believe, okay? Believe is a verb. Faith is a noun, and you have to put legs on faith. He said, have your loins girded in my service, Maranatha, until I return. So, believe is a verb. It's an action word. Like Brother Ross, you have to obey. He said, take up your cross daily, deny yourself daily. My disciples take up your cross and follow after me. So we have to put legs on our faith. Christ said, have your lamps trimmed, have extra oil, and have your loins girded in my service. In Matthew, he tells us to bear our cross. And to bear or take that cross is to be crucified, to go out and share the gospel that I'm sharing with you now, to show you that believe is not I didn't listen in school. I didn't listen. I heard them, but I didn't listen. So I had to unlearn and relearn. Believe is an action word. Believe is a verb, Trenton. So you can't believe in Jesus. You can't believe in God. You can't believe in Bigfoot. It's not a trust. That's faith. You're close, not faith, but trust, right? No, faith and faith alone, we are saved, but we have to endure to the end to be saved. So nobody's been saved. You can't be saved. You can't get saved. You can't accept Christ. Father said, if I didn't call out to their hearts to seek after me, not one of them would. So he makes us do it. We're not coming to Father because he wants. We're not coming to Shiloh. That's the one who's going to redeem his bride. That's when we're saved. Redemption means you were bought and paid and purchased already. That is what predestination is. Prohorizo. I divided them from their darkness, and pulled them to my light. Horizo, I'm the separator. I did not come to bring peace. Peace is Antichrist. Peace is Antichrist. Anybody who says peace is a false teacher, that is the word scorpizo. So if you want to hone your skills, Trenton, go see Jim Brown here on YouTube. Okay? He does Miss Wednesday. He does Wednesday, Sunday, goes Sunday. He does a live. You can go today. You can leave now and never come back here ever again. Won't be have any hard feelings because there's over 4,000 studies that Brother Jim Brown can offer you via CD. He doesn't want your money. There's a 1-800 number. Please don't call him with questions that he's already answered on his CDs, and most of the time he has, but he will take your questions. He does answer questions on YouTube. They do have a live chat over there, and if you truly want to start understanding the word more, you need to slow down and understand not just the words that I'm teaching you to help you understand. He says, call no man teacher. I'm showing you to the light. Is that Brother Jim covers the punctuation, the grammar, the jots, the historical record of all these religions, Jehovah's Witness, Mormons, that I couldn't even come close to. I don't want to be a Jim Brown. I am not Jim Brown. In no way, shape, or hell am I anywhere close to Jim Brown. But there is a portion of Jim Brown. He couldn't hold a candle to this ministry, and that's the celestial gospel. Jim Brown does not understand the celestial gospel. I'd ask you to stay away from Jim Brown during the Christmas season. Come over here for your teaching. I'll give you a much better explanation of what this Yule Will is all about. He just doesn't, it doesn't matter. You don't need what I have here to get to the Father. It's in the book of Timothy. It's just adding to your faith. That's why I only care about predestination, the gospel. And everything else is just, I'm blind to you. Like, I don't see you. I don't care about the Enochs. I don't care about Jasher. I don't care about Lilith. I don't care about the Quran. I don't care about the Dead Sea Scrolls. I don't care about anything else other than the gospel, period. This is 100% gospel predestination-based channel. It's not about anything else. I just mirror Brother Jim's teachings as far as the gospel. I have my own, obviously, way of Father, cosmos and early arrangements that come out of from my heart that Father conveys here, but it's not glory to me, it's glory to Shiloh, okay? He's the Redeemer. He's going to come back up and pick up what he already paid, and we edify his name in here every day. Nothing's different. Anybody that ever knows me for the last 20 years knows this is all I do. This is what I do. It just gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse, according to the world. So I'm not going to stop. You know what I'm saying? Go see Jim Brown and help you slow down for things like learning one word at a time, because that's how you're going to find Father. Reading it like a book. This is not a Western or a novel, or some love story. You need to pick it up and read it one word. He said, if you add a jot, that's a period, I'll blot your name out of that book, like he blotted out the handwriting of ordinances in the book of Colossians 2:14. Once written on stone is now sprinkled with the blood of the Lamb on fleshy tables of their hearts. So we are not to sup with vipers, fleshy tables. We don't sup. There used to be, remember, tables, the table of showbread. Remember, they had the Last Supper. We're not to sup with vipers or cast our pearls before swine. So most people get thrown out of here very quickly. If you make it here, it's because you're not adding to these texts. You have to study from the actual canonized version and stay out of these rejected texts in here. And then you're more than welcome to talk about the word. And I would encourage you never to talk about anything that's in these books unless you've studied them one word at a time, down to the periods. He said, if you add a yod, well, he said a tittle, that'd be like a comma, a period, a comma, any of the smallest. You can't even add a period, or I'll blot your name. That's death. That's hell. That's what you're going to have to pay for adding to his text. All these people go around and think they talk about the word and they know what they're talking about. Guilty, guilty, guilty. I used to go around making up my own little version of the gospel. That's what he tells us not to do. That's what he tells us not to do. Do not, that's idolatry. Idolatry is the word porneia in the Greek. He divorced his bride for exactly that. Called her a whore in the book of Revelation because she cheated on his Torah, his law. Went after, made their own version, went after gods in the sky. God is not in the sky. What about all the different languages written? What do you mean, Connor? What's your question there? So, cool. All right there, Jesus. Villalobos. And that's probably, maybe it's Jesus. Maybe that's your name, not... Yeah, that's right. And they laid down. That's why we don't lie. Thank you, Brother Ross. We don't lie. We don't lie, right? We don't sup. We don't have them in our home. We don't let them sleep, and we don't let them lie down with us. So we don't break bread. We don't break bread with them. We don't invite them to our home. We show them to the narrow way. We give them we can give them some bread, but we don't invite them in our house and make them dinner and invite them into our home. Absolutely not. Father said, do not sup with vipers. Do not cast your pearls before swine, right? Do not partake in unfruitful works of darkness. So if somebody's a Jezebel, you're not going to have somebody come into your home. You're going to rub off on them. They're going to rub off on you. You can't go to a trap house, a crack house, a whore house, sitting there with $10 in your pocket being some upright guy and, no, I'm a man of God. I don't. Sooner or later, all those, racks going by, whatever, racks and stacks or racks around racks, whatever kind of racks, you're like, hey, I got a question for you. What do we get for $10? You know what she's going to say, right? Ask me, right? Anything you want. So you got to be careful about the product, the company you keep. You can become a product of your environment. So if somebody's in the broad way, you show them to the narrow way, period. You're not going to turn a goat into a sheep. Father already chose who is going to be a vessel of wrath fitted for destruction from the foundation of the world, and who will be called out in the Lamb's book of life as vessels of mercy. But they did not blot their name out of the book of life by self-will, not free will. They had the will of their own, but not free. Father chose, obviously knows what the options they're going to take, but they're not taking Father's options, so they don't love Father. So that is self-will, and that will that they take is not free. It definitely comes with a price. I can guarantee you that. You're never going to not. And he knows what you're going to do. He says, I create everything not written and everything that ever will be. So you're not going to come on here and go, oh, I heard this guy on, 10 years from now, God thinks I'm going to go right, and go left. You're not. That's not how it works. Father created everything that ever was, everything written. Father creates good. Father does all these things after his own counsel. He creates evil. He does it for his own pleasure. Father creates evil. You ever read the book of Isaiah? Isaiah 45:7. Calamity, chaos, evil. Father creates all these things, everything not written. So if you wrote it down in the future, you think that Father didn't write it. There's no such thing as man-made. People don't want to accept that, brothers and sisters. They can't accept that everything has already been written. You're only seeing an unwinding of his writings. That's why I like to corkscrew you and spin you on a jot. What can you see in my face? Oh, we see idolatry. Somebody's talking about my face. Don't talk about my face. Idolatry. Remember these two thieves that'll take your crown? These right here, these two thieves that'll take your crown. So, all right. Hey, I come quickly. Revelation 3:11. Let no one take your crown. So, interesting. That's right. All things are possible through the Lord. Everything goes through the narrow way. That's what you do. You can't judge with your own. I did that before, making up my own version. Just use the word. It doesn't need to be added to. You don't need to make up, your own version. He hates that. He said, if you add a jot, I'll blot your name out of that book. You add a tittle, I'll blot your name out of that book. You add a thought, I'll blot your name out of that book. You celebrate, I'll blot your name out of that book. Yeah, he told, we're not supposed to celebrate. Nope, he blotted out all the celebrations, all the rituals, all the fees. He hates fees. Anybody who supports America is going to pay the price terribly, horribly, horribly, horribly. Father hated, remember? Hey, even they started a 2% war with 3% of the populace. So this might be our last day, brothers and sisters. I'm trying to enjoy this last day. Tonight, things could get a lot crazy. If they cut these food assistance programs off the people, that's the game changer. I've been saying on YouTube for 12 years now with 6 channels. This ain't my first rodeo, okay? I've been doing this a long time, that America will not stand up. There was no, these kings ritual. Remember the kings, they had their kings ritual. Remember the kings ritual, no kings. But nobody was hungry that went to those no kings ritual. I don't think anybody was that damn hungry. If there were 2 million people out there starving on the streets, that'd have been a whole different protest. They'd still be out there. It'd been violence. People have been trying to eat each other. So you ain't seen nothing yet. If they do cut this off, and I hope that they don't, because I care about the kids, to hell with the adults. We'll make it, but the children are going to starve because of this. And I've seen very little conversation of that. So this human in any way, shape, or form, the government spends $1 trillion just on the military. Look at all these military destroyers. We just moved down into the Caribbean, into South America, and to the Pacific. This is disgusting. There's enough money sitting in the Pacific right now to pay off this shit, and they're just going to let people starve. Maybe. We'll see. I hope they don't. Because they know that starving people rise up and overthrow governments every time throughout the solar minimum. That's what, I don't care what it says in the history book. Look at the solar minimum and the solar maximum of our sun, and we're in one of these cycles now. So they know it's coming. They're trying to get ahead of it. They're trying to front run it. They run all the cycles. I talked to you about this already. We're in the 6th extinction event right now. We're in the 12,000 year cycle. This is part of this 5th turning of the 400 year cycle. That's 2,000 years times 6. Here we are. They know this. You just don't pay attention. That's why brother Jim can't talk about any of this stuff, and he doesn't need to. But this is why it's important for some of the people who he made his father birth like me, so I can understand, not these celestial wonders. These are not unidentified. These are cycles. These are yuga cycles. These are Kali yuga cycles, okay? These are cycles within cycles. We have many cycles, and they know these cycles. How do you think these 8 to 10 families have been able to reign for 8 to 10,000 years through the floods and all that? Brothers, sisters, they're not stupid, and they plan on trying to do it again. At the 7th shofar, they think they can upload their conscience to the Starlink web and make it to the little season. And that's one thing that no other ministry is talking about anywhere on this rock. I've not seen one other ministry cover what I'm covering here. Well, it's the interlinear Textus Receptus is what we study out of. It's the 4-volume set. Brother Jim teaches out of the Young's Concordance. I teach out of the Strong's because mine's with the 4-volume set, but it's still the same, where it's one word, where you're taking out the one word and studying. It's very little difference, okay? But it's called an interlinear Textus Receptus, okay? It's the one that was canonized in the 12th century. There's only one version that studies. That's what Jim Brown studies. Go over to Grace and Truth Ministries. People in here will help you if you need. Ask questions here. Some of the moderators will get you to the right books. There's only one accepted text. So you can study the other texts, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's not Jim Brown's book. It's Father's word. And if Father would have wanted 67 books, because a lot of people go, well, there's those 22 books. And what about Jasher? And what about, look, if Father wanted there to be 88 books, that's what he would have canonized. But that's not how it worked. See, Father creates all things. I remember when I was very young. I used to think, why in the hell is there 66? 666 is the number of man. 88 is more divine. 88 is eternal, right? 88 is wicked. 88 is ether. 88 is a false ether over the top of the real ether. 828 is Donald Trump. Remember, I already did it. 88, right? Dial 22088. That's all. So look, Father did that. 66 is the 6 and 3 score. That is the number of man. You know what you're talking about. See, here we go. I think Brad's going to speak up and go. So, shut up. Get out of here, brah. Get out of here, brah. You're going to correct me. I just said what it was. You're going to correct. 666 is the number what? Okay, because we're going to use this translation. Brah. Brawley. Tell everybody what 666 is in Scripture when it's referring to 6 and 3 score, right? 3 score, and tell everybody what it's referring to. Since you're so, it's not 6. You're going to come in and teach the fucking teacher, huh? Next time you ever heard of 2 girls in a cup, you can leave your shit at a door. Come here as a dry spud. Don't come in and interrupt my chat ever again. Ever again. Telling me, Brawley. Now you tell everybody here, since I put you on front, you want to interrupt the classroom, you should have left your shit at the door, and you can take your shit when you leave and add it to your sponge. But you come here as a dry sponge. Don't come in here and teach the teacher. So now you're on front. You're going to teach the class. Tell everybody what 666 is. Well, come in here and interrupt. Moderate that, please. I'm waiting, man. You can come in here and interrupt me talking, and then you're gonna. We're waiting for you, since you know, and I didn't even get to finish what I was saying, and you interrupted me. It's the symbol, not the numbers. This is what you call a Nephilim. This is a Nephilim, brothers, sisters. This would be the definition of a Nephilim right here. Brawley's pushing his own bullshit. I asked him for an answer, and now he's not giving me the answer. I asked him for the answer. This is what the definition of a Nephilim or a demonion, or what in your scripture calls a devil. This is a devil. Bra is a devil. He is a bully because he's bullying you with his own lies. A liar is a demon. So I didn't ask you that. Okay? You're a Nephilim. Can you define that for me? And I just defined it for you. See, this is Tova. This is how I've done this with you before, Tova. So I've been in here. So let's see if you can get it. Bra. Tell everybody what a Nephilim is. Tell everybody you're a Nephilim. Tell everybody the definition of a Nephilim. I just gave it to you. You come in and interrupt. I've never seen the 2 girls in a cup thing, but I think I know what it's about. You can leave your shit at the door. I'm a child of God and not bred from angels. God is a title. Okay, let's see. Give me the definition of an angel. You were here earlier, right? Tova, watch. Brah. Give me the definition of an angel. I didn't ask for if they were washed away in the flood. Man, go away from me, guy. Get out of here. Moderate Tova, moderate guy. He's not paying attention. Nephilim is, I already asked him now. So define the word Nephilim. He couldn't define that. Now define the word angel. I've already defined it in the stream today. Define the word angel. You couldn't give me 666. You're just stepping on your dick over and over, making an ass of yourself. Brothers, sisters, you see how this is a Nephilim? They can't even, they want their own way. They just can't, you know what kind of nigger are you? You a white nigger, a black nigger, a red nigger, a brown nigger, or a yellow nigger? Because you seem to be entitled to something like you are owed something or something. I'm asking you for something. You can't even fucking answer my question. You're a child. You know that? You're a child. You came in and you interrupted the classroom, and then you answer my question. If you want to stay in here, you interrupted. Now everybody's watching you. What you've proven to be is an ass. You can't learn anything. You have an inability to learn. So now I'm going to ask you one more question. Define the word angel for me. I don't know who the hell Terry Davis is. I don't care who Terry Davis is. David? I don't know who that is, but so tell everybody in here, because you came in interrupted, I'm going to moderate you myself. So define, please, come on. Give me a second and I'll. He had enough time to type that out, guys. It's one word. Give me a second to look at this, guys, to type it out. Cornhusker, see what I'm saying? Cornhusker beat you. You're out of here. Thank you, Cornhusker. I'm going to get him out of here. All right, whatever, guys. It's hilarious. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Kamala al-Akbar there, Nathan. Kamala al-Akbar. You know Donald Trump is Kamala al-Akbar? Okay, did I call you? Are you a she? All right. That's okay. Long as you're not a she, he, they, them. Let me she, they, them, booby Jesus. So, hey, got to use the proper pronouns in this day world and age we live in, right? So, okay. It's got Dame Bramage. Uh-oh. Some's got Dame Bramage. They're dyslexic or something. They're having a hard time. So, all right, moving on. So who's celebrating Halloween today? Who's taking their kids to go get poisoned? You know, Ishtar was the sex goddess who had sex with her son. Like rabbit, silly rabbit, tricks of her kids. They baked hot cross-top buns, sugar, for the sex goddess Semiramis. That's where your sugar comes from, by the way. People don't eat sugar like we eat today either. That's stupid. Don't quit fooling yourself. It's not okay to celebrate a single day. Showing you to the narrow way. You're in the broad way. It's a dual pagan holiday. You couldn't be more of a Satanist to go take your children with you know, and celebrate a dual pagan holiday. and they've hijacked. Paganism has been hijacked by religion, which is called Satanism. Satanism is religion. Religion, your sugar holidays. During the holidays, drunk driving goes up. Murder goes up. During these times of year, every single year, this goes up every year, and they're counting on this. Domestic assault, domestic abuse, violence, all this increases every single year. I know. So goodbye, David. I want candy. I want candy. I know. Goodbye. Goodbye. Well, necessarily, it does not mean not necessary giant. Brother Ross, Nephilim does have anything to do with how many inches or feet a man is tall. Remember? Nor does it have to do with gender. Nephilim does not have to do with centimeters, inches, or height at all. So let's not kind of half cock that, okay? I want to make sure we're very clear. Nephilim means bully. Bully, I know one. It's called Hillary Clinton. She's a Nephilim. I've been a Nephilim, pushing my own Jesus on people before. Pushing my own lies. A Nephilim is a liar, pushing their own lies. That's an idolater who believes their own lies and goes and pushes on somebody else. That's called a demonion. A demonion and a Nephilim are pretty much hand in hand. Is a demon a giant? No. Fallen angels, giants? No. Do angels come from the sky? No. Is heaven in the sky? No. Did dead people go to the sky? No. Do you live on a planet? No. There's no such thing as a planet. Do you live on Earth? Yes, you're ruled. Earth is the rule, not under your feet. Hell's not below your feet either. So, a Nephilim is a bully. It doesn't have to do with how tall somebody is. Ever has it. That's not what the definition is telling us. Okay? Because the Wallards have all the weenies. Okay, Brother Ross is Prince of Halloweenies. All the weenies. Little Frank, watch out here. He's got a little Peter. Stiff Peter, get behind me, Peter. Brokeback Mountain. Better watch out. They're trading lightsabers in their ice holes. Sticking them in their pumpkin holes. Never mind. Who's punking or what's... Okay, but anyways, let's be very clear. Gods don't come from the sky. Father created all this. He didn't create it from the sky. What the hell would you make he created from the sky? Father is not a ball god. Father is not an alien. So do not call my father an alien. Alien is a word. Father is the word. That word is Hokadesh. Yeah, I know that, Brendan. We know that. You got the man Jesus. He's got the man gender giant of Jesus. This guy's got the triple gender Jesus. They love doing it with beast, man, and woman, brothers, sisters. That's who Jesus Christ is. That's Satan, the sun god, Mithra, the one that Donald Trump decorates his house with. You're just too blind to see. Blind like a bat. So, you know what I'm saying? So, no celebration. This is the day where you can truly unload on people. Are you that frick much of a Satanist? This is just a dual pagan hall. Where does it say this? And ask them, where does it say that you can celebrate this? Actually, you're not supposed to celebrate any day. See, this has got to be the best day of the year almost. This and Christmas and Easter, all the holidays. Hell, any holidays, any day. Shit, on Labor Day, go off on people. Just show them to the light, man. If they're in the Broadway, say, hey, we're not supposed to celebrate Mother's Day. Not labor. No, you need to labor in his service. That word believe means have your lamps trimmed and do not celebrate. Why don't we celebrate, brothers and sisters, any days? Why in Scripture do we not celebrate any days? You can't let Jesus in your heart. That's not, it says the heart is continuously filled with wickedness. If I didn't call out to their hearts to seek after me, not one of them would. Because you're a Satanist. You're saying exactly the opposite what it says, Brenda. That's why you just don't like the word. It says, if I didn't call out to their hearts to seek after me, not one of them would. You said the complete opposite of that. That means you're a Satanist. You just said the opposite. See what I'm saying? Marcus, you're an idiot. Look at, don't moderate. Marcus, what am I trying to do with my life? Marcus, what am I trying to do with my life? Everybody, let's stop. Everybody look at Marcus. Because Marcus is right. You're supposed to give up your life. All the apostles had a life. Pick up the book. He is the word in flesh and follow after me. So Marcus, what the fuck am I trying to do, Marcus? Marcus, I'm talking to you. Now you got my attention, Marcus. Marcus, what am I doing? Have you been following this ministry for how long, Marcus? What am I trying to do, Marcus? Speak up, Marcus. Come on, Marcus. You said it, so what am I trying to do with my life, Marcus? What is Father doing with me? As Father is my witness, as Shiloh, as this ministry is my witness. Marcus, what is Father made me do? You come in here and call me a hypocrite, which are the first ones, the hypocrites, the unbelievers, the lukewarm Christians, into the lake of fire. Marcus, answer my question, Marcus. Marcus, I live in a flippin' trailer made out of a semi. I gave it all to the church, you idiot. You're a hypocrite. You're a Nephilim. You're a liar. You're a demon. Everything I'm trying to do is give up everything I own and go on the road and share the gospel. You're a hypocrite. Changing the subject. Look at this, guys. Look at this. Won't even answer my question. You're going to accuse me of changing the subject. Marcus, I live off the grid until I can get out of here. You have no idea what you're talking about, Marcus. Marcus, you're an idiot. Marcus, do you own anything? Tell me where you're at, Marcus. Marcus, do you own anything? Marcus, do you own anything? See, here we go, brothers and sisters. This person has no idea. They could go back through the ministry, and that's all I want to do is give up everything I own and go on the road. This person is being an absolute hypocrite. They have never even looked. This is exactly what I'm trying to do, what Father is trying to do in my life. I've literally given up everything. This has all been given to the ministry. I've tried to get people to come here so I can leave. Marcus is a liar. Marcus is a Nephilim. Marcus came in here and has really rubbed me the way to show you that this man knows nothing about me. So Marcus, do you own anything? Because I am literally just trying to give up just my vehicle because I need to travel a way to get out of here and go on the road and leave everything I own behind. That's why I paid off the ministry. Instead of getting myself an attorney counsel, I paid off this ministry. You are very, very wrong, man. You are very wrong. 100% incorrect. What you're trying to tell me that I should be doing, that's all I want to do. If I could go today, Marcus, come here now. All this, you could stay here. Come here now, Marcus. Come here now, Marcus. Watch this shit. Watch. You want to see a hypocrite. Come here, Marcus. Come here and let me leave. Come here, Marcus. I'll go on the road. I will. If you can come here and watch this place for me, I'll leave. So where do you live, Marcus? What do you own, Marcus? What do you have? What's in your possession, Marcus? Look at this, guys. Look at this person calling me out, but has no idea that this is all I've been trying to do for 2 flipping years, and it cost my dad, my dad. You know, I'm a dad. My son's life. Because I didn't listen to him. Marcus, now listen, I'm not going to let you stay in here anymore, Marcus, because you're proof that you are a fucking hypocrite. You're an absolute hypocrite because, Marcus, what do you own? Marcus, come here. I'll give you everything else that I own. Do you want it? Other than my vehicle. Come on, Marcus, do you want something? I have some possessions left, but I'm leaving them all here. At the ministry. You're a hypocrite and you're bullying me. You're a Nephilim and you will not answer my question. What do you own, Marcus? Are you on the road? Do you own nothing? You're coming here and pointing out that I own things when I paid everything off and gave it to the ministry. This is a ministry you came into, you idiots. You don't know what you're talking about at all. Everybody's looking at you. I have moderators. You could go back and see you're 100% wrong, man. The best thing you could do is admit that you're wrong. You can admit that you're wrong. So do you need something, Marcus? Where are you at, Marcus? Look at this. This is hilarious. Now this is a person of God says, no, don't hide them real quick. Unhide them. This person wanted me to give up everything and follow Jesus, but then when I put him on the spot, they call me a hypocrite. And then now they're laughing because I'm losing it over a comment because my son and daughter are probably killed and murdered because I didn't listen and go on the fucking road. So let me speak to this person. Marcus, do you realize that my son and daughter are murdered because I didn't take and go on the road? Because that's what my son told me to do, because that's what I've been wanting to do since he was 18, Marcus. So you don't know shit, Marcus. Come on. Do you realize that my son is possibly dead or murdered? And so is my daughter. And he told me to take what I had, take what I had and go on the road. Take what I have and go on the road. Sell it all and just get the vehicle, because that's all I needed, and go on the road. And now I have some piece of shit because I can't buy that, but it is what it is. And I wanted to do that when he was 18. But instead I was trying to work and get this ministry paid off so I can go out on the road. So you're dead wrong, man. And now you come in here, you own a house. See? This kind of, so what was your point? So now you made your point. You came in here and said, I'm not Christ-like because I haven't given up anything and you own a house. So who's the hypocrite? There we go. So what kind of nation do I live in where I can't even report my son and daughter murdered? As soon as I can get through this case, though, you can watch. I don't ever want your fucking lame ass back here again because you're a hypocrite yourself. But you'll see I'm going to leave the country. And I'm going to leave everything I own behind. I don't want anything. I'm over the material. You're a dumb motherfucker. So if you want to stay in here, you want to help fund my trip, and tithe to this pastor, because I'll live stream. You can continue to watch the channel from afar. Otherwise, just leave, because all you did was added a bunch of bullshit, and then you thought it was funny, jacking off over me getting upset. I have a dead, murdered, or done daughter that I can't even leave the country right now because I stood up for him. Otherwise, I'd already been out of here. So I legally can't leave or give up what I own until my court date, which is coming up weeks away, and then I'm gone. I've already planned on giving everything up. I already have. See, you're a fucking hypocrite. And so I'm cursing. So what? I'm flawed. Father just took my dog from me for like 13 years, just weeks away from my court date for standing up for my son. See, I got my son and daughter killed. You need to get your rocks off before you go, Marcus. I'll give you something. You can just sit there and beat your chud all day long. I got my son and daughter killed. Here we go. Watch, Marcus. I got my son and daughter killed. Watch this, Marcus. You can jack off this for the rest of your life. That I have to live for the rest of my life. That if you didn't listen, apparently you're just hearing what the fuck you want to hear. My son was told when he turned 18 I was going to leave, and I didn't. Instead, I came out here. Okay? So I tried to get the ministry paid off. I had enough money in gold and silver to pay the ministry off. In gold, he might have said, it's like, what do you have gold at? Listen, I had 40 plus pounds of silver. You just have to listen to me or shut your fucking mouth. Okay? You're going to hear this whether you like it or not. You can leave now, or you're just going to have to listen to this. I didn't listen to my son. So he was here about 2 years ago, and he got in some trouble. And it's partially because I'm so boisterous, okay? And because of who I am. I'm a constitutionalist. I'm a veteran. I held protests during the COVID against the police department, and they're corrupt out here. So anyways, so they started bothering my son. So instead of leaving the country and giving up everything I wanted and owned, I chose to stay here and try to help him because it had a lot to do with me. So then we were starting attacking him. So I went after him. Now, he came here and was going to move onto the other property because he knew I was going to leave, and I'm not staying here. This is the ministry's property, and there's another property that he was going to, I still have a land payment on. If I get out from underneath it, I've tried to give it away, but nobody will fucking buy it from me or even move on it for now, for that sake. It's a beautiful 20-acre parcel. Couldn't even get one person to come out here. So listen to this, Marcus, you fucking asshole who owns a home and probably pays taxes on that bitch. Fucking piece of shit hypocrite. Come in here and push my fucking buttons. I have a son and daughter. Now listen, I didn't listen to my son because he came here just a couple years ago and said, listen, Dad, what the fuck do you have gold for? We're silver bugs, Dad. I said, son, I didn't listen to you with the Bitcoin thing. And now You're a smart man. He said, Dad, listen to me. I have silver, Dad. You are saving that for me. I know you're trying to pay off the ministry. Dad, just take that now. I've been listening to you. I'm part of the ministry. Just buy the double cab, Dad. I know you don't like new shit. You like old shit. You just don't want anything new. That's why your house looks like you live in fucking the 1700s, Dad. You don't like the world, but just get the double cab. I know you don't want newer shit, Dad, but just get it and go on the road. Please, Dad. Get the goddamn books and fill up the archive and go on the road. You don't want to own anything. I understand, Dad. You're doing this to save the money for me. You're trying to pay the ministry off. You know what I'm saying? You try to pay the ministry off and you're trying to help me, Dad. Dad, go on the road. This said you're going to do this when you're 18, so I got him fucking killed. Because when I bailed him out of jail, Marshall Radonich, who I've reported there, Marcus, that he killed my son and daughter, said he could take them to the fucking gold mines, is the man that probably killed my son and daughter over the gold and silver that I didn't listen to him and go on the road. So thanks, Marcus. Appreciate that. Every day now I'm reminded because I can't even report where I even think I know where their dead bodies are lying. Literally laying in the fucking dirt. And I can't, I've already reported to the Josephine County, that's what you're supposed to do, and they threatened to throw me in jail. When I reported to the state police, these are people who shot him with his hands in the air. They can't take a report, Marcus. So I already would have left Marcus that owns a fucking house. I got my son and daughter killed. And when the guy who came took my dog who just died the other day, wouldn't give me my dog back, I said, oh, well, look, man, you said that you had the silver all along. You bailed my son out. Now you're saying my daughter has it. I'm going to talk to her one day, and that's literally going to be weeks away from now. And I'm going to find out you said you had the silver the whole time, and you bailed him out. Now you're saying she has it. I think he went and gathered her up. That's why I found her car and reported her car to the Josephine County that he killed her because of me. She probably still was fucking alive. But because I said I'm going to talk to her one day, and he had already spent the gold or silver or whatever the fuck he did, he'd already killed Elijah. When he said, Elijah, I talked to Elijah or him a year later because the cops wouldn't look for him. I went directly to this guy's house, knew I could get shot, and he said, oh, well, your son bought that truck for me, and your daughter sold me that car. My daughter's car was dropped. Her charges were dropped. This man is lying to me. I think what he did is when I told him, hey, you know, that day he said, your son fought with me the whole way home, argued with me. He never said a fucking word. He said my son didn't talk to him, refused his phone calls, and they were going to voicemail. Wouldn't take his call. And my daughter's car turns up at her house. I got my fucking daughter killed, Marcus. You fucking piece of shit. Okay, whatever, you idiot. So you just have to listen to this, Marcus, okay? You're going to have to listen to this, Marcus. Take this, Marcus, okay? I chose to keep the fucking money because I thought I could pay off the ministry, you fucking cocksucker, Marcus. Father sent evil people like you. And Jesus is Satan, okay? So I don't even care. Now I'm just doing this so you know that for the rest of my life, I didn't listen to my son 2 years ago, and he'd probably still fucking be alive if it wasn't for me. So I have to live with that. And my fucking daughter. Would you like to report? His name is Elijah John Werner. His name is Elijah John Werner. You can find images of him on here, Marcus, and report him dead. Since you're such a man of God, and I'm doing such a fucking terrible job with my son, and I didn't go on the road like he listened, like I told him, and get the double cab truck. But, you know, now I have a piece of shit fucking forerunner, and as soon as I can leave, I'm leaving. I have a court date. Would you like to show up to my court date, Marcus? It'll be in Lake County, Oregon on December 2nd. Would you like to show up to my trial where my son and daughter won't even be there because they're fucking murdered? Marcus? Would you like to fucking help? Or would you like to fucking report them dead? In Josephine County, Marshall Radonich, you can go see everything here. You want to do something about it? Act like you're a fucking man of God? I mean, you can crash out as much as you want. It's difference of opinion. I just find it funny how you can't handle someone else's opinion. But just prove my point. Just another hypocrite. Okay, so does anybody agree with Marcus? Does anybody agree with Marcus? Let's see who rides the coattail of Marcus. Does anybody agree with Marcus? He owns a house. He came in here and told me that I own something and I had a nice house, which is a piece of shit fucking trailer that I converted with a bunch of repurposed fucking boards. There's not one new piece of fucking new anything in this fucking house. It's all repurposed. It's shit people would have thrown away and thrown in the fucking trash. Burnt. That's what I live in. Fucking the inside of this trailer actually burnt the inside of it. That's why it doesn't have the ceiling over here. Fucking I use a wood stove, man. Fucking hypocrite. Let's talk about Marcus here. Fucking cocksucker Marcus. You know, I should have listened to my son and daughter. I got my son and daughter killed, Marcus. Are you happy now? You'll be thinking about this the rest of your life. Marcus, I'll tell you what. Either you fucking help out my son and daughter. Don't give a fuck about me. Don't give a fuck about me. I'm a bad dad because I didn't listen to my son and take the gold and silver that I worked my ass off as a veteran with no fucking Social Security, no disability, no veterans benefits, nothing. I earned it all by the sweat of my fucking brow, by horse trading, selling, bartering, buying, and fixing things up. I learned it the hard way. And they taxes. You probably live in some fucking house. You want to help me, Marcus? How about you start some fucking GoFundMe for Elijah John Werner? Because not one single person has ever started anything for my son. How about my daughter, a completely innocent fucking victim in the whole situation? She was victimized. Do you know she was grenaded in her fucking sleep? Why don't you do something for her? Her name's Adriana Masse. Maybe you could start a fucking GoFundMe. Get over her parents. Find out why nobody gives a fuck about her. So otherwise, Marcus, you came here and proved that Father's watching you and Father created you to come in here. I'm not worried about what you think about me, honestly, Marcus, at all, and I'll never think about you ever again. But I guarantee you're going to have some thoughts in your head. The guy you came and fucked with, where in the state of Oregon, I can't even report my son dead or murdered right now, or missing. And I have tried with Josephine County. I've been thrown. So you came in here and said because I couldn't give, I would have already left, Marcus. I would have already left. But you're such a piece of shit that you couldn't even come in here and do any kind of investigation whatsoever. So there will be a date, Marcus, just so you know. I'm either going to jail. That's got to get your rocks off. There goes the man chowder. He just shot his load all the way over the top of his head. That's probably all. It's just some stupid fucking troll, okay? But either way, Marcus, just so you know, I probably got Elijah Werner killed because I didn't take the gold and silver and go on the road and just get the car and give up everything I owned. And so it's been now 2 years, and I can't even have my son and daughter at their fucking trial or my trial because they're dead. Just so you know, Marcus, I'm going to be there alone at my trial because my son and daughter aren't even there, and they're on my fucking witness list of discovery, right of expression, discovery, right of discovery, expression of evidence. They're on my discovery. They had charges as well. So they're dead. And I can't even, so I'll have to go to a trial where I don't even have my own son and daughter because I got them fucking murdered. And I'll have to deal with that. They might throw me in jail. I didn't literally mean to get them killed, but I think it was the gold and silver that my son told Marshall, give my dad his gold and silver back. And Marshall said, no, bam, and shot him. They argued. That's what he said. They argued the whole way back. So can you live with yourself now? Are you happy? Did you get what you want out of here? Did you get what you wanted? I was just a dad standing up for my son. I didn't have a record or nothing, Marcus. And now my son and daughter are dead. So you happy about this, Marcus? Is that what are you okay with this now? Can you leave in good standings here? You got enough to jerk off for the rest of your life? This guy got his dad killed. This dad got his son and daughter killed. What a hypocrite. He says he's Christ-like. Instead of taking the gold and silver and going on the road, he chose to try to pay off the ministry. He wanted to save a little bit and have a little money to go on the road with. And instead, the gold and silver got taken, and he had to bail his son out of jail with that money, which ended up getting him killed. If you'd have just taken it, it'd have been spent, but it was still there. It got him killed. Marcus, what do you think about that? I got my son and daughter fucking killed. Would you like to help me look for him at all? Josephine County, Oregon State Police, would you like to call them and ask them any questions, Marcus? Would you like to help me look for my son and daughter? I know where they're at. If I go up there, I'm going to get fucking killed. I think it's a strip gold mining operation. That's why Josephine County won't go up there and look for him. When I reported, hey, my daughter is being raped by this Marshall Radonich or something's going wrong here because he's lying to me and my son's there and you have a 7-year warrant for his arrest, but please don't shoot him. You state police have already shot him. You're not there, but he's already been shot once. Please don't shoot him. But I more care not about my son's body and you shooting him, about my daughter being raped or murdered up here in this fucking, by this guy who's lying to me. And I got 40 pounds of silver and a passport. Please go there and please be careful with my son. But my daughter is what I'm concerned. And then they said we're going to throw you in police. Marcus said they're going to throw me in police. They're going to throw me in jail, Marcus, over that. Does that make you happy, Marcus? I got threatened instead of going to look for my raped daughter or dead body, which they might still alive. They didn't. And so, damn, they might have been alive, but maybe not. Is that pretty? Are you like that, Marcus? You like what the fuck I did there? I called and I got threatened. They said, hey, you have a no contact order with your son. If we go to do a welfare check on him, you're breaking your third party no contact order. We'll come arrest you. Even though they dropped my daughter's charges back in September for conspiracy, and that restraining or conspiracy charge isn't even valid anymore. So it should have been dropped. So they should have went and looked for him that day, Marcus. That fucking day, Marcus. They should have went for look for my son. And my daughter has no record. She's a God-fearing woman. She's a good woman. Support her, man. And he didn't get in trouble 4 years ago. Not only did he do his probation once, and they said he didn't do it, he did it twice, Marcus. See, I should have listened to my son. He's smart, and I got him killed. I got a smart man killed, and now this dumb motherfucker's here, and you have to deal with me. So take that up with God, Marcus, that he kept me alive. Marcus, you know that the state police came here, 20-plus men trying to kill me, Marcus, and I'm still here? YouTube saved my life. It did. Look at it. YouTube saved my life. Go see the SWAT raid, Marcus. Check it out. That'll piss you off. I'm still here because of fucking YouTube. And here you are on YouTube. God damn, YouTube sucks, doesn't it? If it wasn't for fucking YouTube, I'd probably be dead by now. I would. I guarantee you. These motherfuckers coming to whack me. Go watch what they did. They grenaded my son and daughter while they were sleeping to wake them up. 45 seconds later, they hit me in the face with a grenade. Yeah, Marcus, look at that, you fucking prick who lives in a fucking house. You fucking hypocrite. Now I'm calling your ass out. You ain't said shit. You just shut the fuck up. Did you assert your Fifth Amendment, your right to remain silent? You know, the funny thing about you, Marcus, you've probably been a prick your whole life. Do you realize you have an IP address that I could probably be at your fucking door if you're in America within 24 hours, 36, 72 hours with 5 guys dressed just like fucking these ISIS terrorists, just like they did that right of due process all failed, and come disappear you, lure you out of your house and take you up to the fucking woods and fucking booze board you because waterboarding is illegal. I know, I'm a military police. I know how to torture your fucking ass. The Romans were masters at torture. I got some pretty good fucking ideas, but I ain't doing that shit. You see how stupid you are, Marcus? You see how stupid you are, Marcus? I bet you've been a cocksucker your whole fucking life in your house. And your IP address is not like it's not known. So that's how stupid of a motherfucker you are, Marcus, and how dangerous of a country that you live in right now, that you run your fucking bitch-ass little mouth. Because you curled up a little ball and I guess you're just going to shelter in place like a little fucking Cinnabon cinnamon roll or something, sitting there all getting all sugar with me. But do you realize how dangerous it is in a time? Maybe you're a fucking prick and you got a wife that's nice or something. I don't know why she deals with your ass, but she told us no to some guy in fucking prom that she probably should have went with, all right? Or so, oh no, maybe somebody she didn't. And now he's been fucking, you know, got all the pictures of her on the, yeah, and because he's going to come fucking take her from you because you're a prick. And he come just take her off away from you because you have an IP address. So try to remember the next time you run your mouth and you don't do any fucking research about anything before you open up your mouth, because I should have left and I should have taken the gold and silver. I probably have a son. Even if they did lock him in jail, I could go visit him. But hey, he's either dead or doesn't want to visit me anymore, right? Or he hates me and never wants because he was going to move here or hates me. Even if he was in jail, he'd still be alive. So you happy, Marcus? I got my son and daughter killed. Maybe you should call the FBI, call Trash Patel, or call the criminal imbeciles and assholes, the CIA or any of these department of jack-offs at the top. Well, I already did, but go ahead and call them. Maybe you can report me that I have something to do with their murder. Maybe they'll go out and fucking investigate and find out. But you sure are a broke-ass motherfucker. You know that? You probably live in some little shanty fucking house like me. Doesn't sound like you have any fucking money. So, Marcus, that's what happens when you step on your dick and you come in and you open up your mouth and you say something about somebody you don't even know. Don't you find that out ironic, brother, sister? You got to come in here and tell me that I'm not Christ-like because I haven't given up everything I own. Well, that's all I've been trying to do. I should have done it when my son turned 18. I just wasn't ready. Okay? It took a lot to be a single dad. I didn't have any pay. and get child support, didn't get disability, don't get Social Security, don't get veterans benefits, don't get veteran pay. I have to earn it all the hard way. So I couldn't just leave when he turned 18. I would have, and I should have taken the gold and silver, 40 pounds of silver and a lot of gold, and left. So what a piece of shit coming here, because that's exactly what I would have been. If I could leave today, and my attorney, I wish he would call me today, I would get in my car with no fucking money and leave. With just the things I have here, I just got a few things pulled out that I think might be able to pawn along the way to get to Mexico, to get out of this country. So, Marcus, you have anything else to say, or did you just disappear like a little bitch? And remember how stupid of a motherfucker you are to open your mouth and say something. Because it ain't me seeking any advantage towards you. I mean, I think if it anything, it'd be towards these fucking people who hurt my son and daughter. But what a shitty thing to say to somebody like me, where I can't report my son and daughter murdered or missing right now. And I have to force to stay in this country. I can't even leave the fucking state I'm in right now. So, thanks, Marcus, for proving my point that America's full of a bunch of fucking hypocrite assholes going to call me a hypocrite and then live in a house. I mean, dude, could you be any more hypocritical than that? So, it's not anger. I'm not mad. I'm just passionate. I just lost my fucking dog, man. I didn't get to spend months with my dog because Marshall, this guy who possibly killed my son, took my dog from me. So, and when I got him back, I should have taken pictures of him. Should have taken him in to have a Marshall arrested for fucking animal cruelty, animal abuse. My dog was fucked up when I got him. It took months. So, it's okay. I'm not mad. It just shows you, you know, like I said, that's what I want, guys. All I want to do is travel on the road. I don't want anything anymore. I'm over the material. Nobody will even come here. Like I said, I tried to join that homesteading group again to get people to come so I can leave if the court date comes and there'll be people here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to keep it straight, and I think I am, considering I got hit in the face with a grenade and my son and daughter are potentially, bodies are just sitting there rotting. And normally when you have a chance to report a murder or a rob or you know what I'm saying, I can't even report. Every time I report, I get thrown in jail. Or I get assaulted, or I get extorted. You know, $4,000 that cost me last time with Josh Bezel to say, hey, you know where my son is at. You got to know something. You got to know where these hours. And they did. They turned out they know that he was at. They said that he was in Josephine County. So the cops knew where he's at. So I went to jail for something that I never should have went to jail for, and that cost me $4,000. And they came and took my weapons from me. I can't even protect my own house, my own animals. Remember? So I don't want to live in this country. I can't even protect myself. Somebody could just come here and run over the ministry. And I already told you, I just give it to them. I just give it to them. I don't want to fight for anything. Nobody's ever say I tried to fight. That's why these people can't come and visit. Oh, this guy's online fucking trying to harass people and get people to come fucking go to their house. No, I never said anything of the sort. I said, somebody's going to do it to your dumb ass because you act like that. So, not me. I just want to leave the country. So, fuck it. Thanks for coming in, Marcus. What a piece of shit. You ain't no Marcus Allen. I can tell you that. You ain't very quick on your feet, dumbass. He left. I guess he bounced out of here. What a fucking schmuck. So, all right, guys. I guess I'm 24 days now till this damn court date or whatever. Holy shit, you know. Didn't hear from the attorney today yet, so don't think I'm going to hear from him today. Oh. Huh. So, hi, Bubbies. I'm a Bobbin. I love you. I love you, Bubby. You're such a good boy. You're being a good boy today. You're being the best guy that ever did best. So, I'm ready to go on the road if that's what Father wants, or I have to go to jail. See? Jail or... So, I should probably be out there working on the what time is it? On the flatbed so I can try to leave with some kind of money. I really don't want to leave with no money in my pocket. So sometime today I should probably go out there and spend a few hours on it. And, you know, it's Friday, so maybe somebody will, I don't know. It's Halloween, so it's kind of a weird day. I don't know if somebody's going to buy it on Halloween. That's kind of a weird day. Everybody's all fucking weird today. So, so it looks like my attorney, what if my attorney doesn't call me next week? That puts me at like what? 17 fucking days or something like that. I don't understand what Father's doing here. So I was going to try to keep going. And, yep, one day at a time, I guess. I need to change the oil in the water. So other than that, you know, I'll just throw some things in there and leave. I'm not going to try to stay here. So I can't get anybody to come out here even while I'm gone. There's no whatever. I'll just lock it all up. And, or I'll get locked up. Lock it all up, or I'm going to get locked up. So, man, I was hoping my attorney called me this week, say, hey, you know, I got a scheduled appointment next week. I'm going to talk to this something, fucking something, anything, but still not. Just still sitting here in limbo now. And then, dude, what the fuck if this shit goes off? You know, when they don't fund these food stamps, dude. This is not looking good, guys. You know, this is definitely not looking good. So, we'll see. Like I said, I have no control over it. I've already tried to get this taken care of. Nothing has happened in it would be 544 days here. Come here on the 24th. 544 days since they SWAT raided this house, and nothing has been done. Doesn't matter how much money, effort, what I've tried to throw at it, nothing gets done. I can't report my son and daughter murdered or missing. I don't even know why I stay here other than my dogs, but are you laying on Dad's coat? Is that comfy? Are you laying on Dad's coat? Are you laying on Dad's coat? So, what? Michael boy. Yeah, the video of the SWAT raid is on the playlist, along with the 17 days leading up to the SWAT raid, trying to get them not to SWAT raid the house. Begging them, please don't bring him in with guns. You can come, you know, talk to us, please. Somebody call, anybody call, somebody, anybody. No calls. Nobody ever called. They just brought multiple armored vehicles with heavily armed men, and they just fucked this place up. My animals, my daughter, me. Concussed grenade, my daughter and son. Hit me in the face with a grenade. And still nothing's done to this day. Sean, hang out, boy. Hang out with a puppy now. Since Father just took my other puppy the other day and he's still freaking out. You're the best guy that I ever did, Bess. You're the bestest boy that ever did was. That I ever did was. That I love you. Such a good boy. 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 No kisses. No kisses, big bone. No kisses, my bubby. My good puppin' dog. It's just the dad and the puppin' now and the bone. Just dad and the bone. It's just dad and the bone. I love you, big guy. Thanks for loving on Dad. He's such a good guy. He's so good. He's so good. He's the best puppy I ever did, Bess. I love you, Pants. I love you, Pants. I'll rub you, boy. I'm glad that Dad has you. I'd just be miserable without having you. I'd just be miserable without having a boy. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. You're a good boy. He's such a good puppy dog. He thinks he's a lap puppy. He's just laying on Dad's lap. Just laying on the lap, huh? Oh, love you, biggest pants. I'm glad Dad has you. You're the bestest, the bestest, the bestest, the bestest, the bestest, the bestest, bestest boy. The bestest boy, the bestest boy. You're the good one. You're a good one. You're the good one, kind. So, I just shut these benefits off tonight for people in the U.S. What's going to happen tomorrow? What's going to happen tomorrow? Are people going to go loot buildings tomorrow? You sure a handsome guy. You sure a handsome one. You sure a handsome pants. You sure a handsome pants. So what's going to happen? People are going to start breaking into buildings tonight because everybody's out and about. It's going to start tonight. People are going to get their benefits starting tonight, right? Well, tomorrow, midnight tonight, will this be the last time you can go to the store and buy toilet paper without having to have armed guards inside the store? Maybe you won't be able to go inside the store. What do you see happening? Anyone? All right, thanks for coming in, Toba. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it. What do you see happening tomorrow? It's just going to be another day in the U.S. People just not going to get their food stamp, get their food benefit, get their food assistance, get their food card, get their, debit. What do you see happening? Are you ready? You have enough food? You couldn't go to the store anymore. Would you be okay for how long? How long could you make it? What, are you just going to eat a bunch of candy that your kids got? Hope you're not sending your kids out trick-or-treating. God, I did that stupid shit when I was young. But then again, we didn't have the web. We didn't have this worldwide net to see all this information at our fingertips to know that it's a Satanism holiday. All Hallows Eve is not scriptural in any way, shape, or form. There's no way in hell we're supposed to be celebrating Halloween, let alone any of these other holidays that these people celebrate. We're not supposed to celebrate even a single day. So, strange how people are just going to keep doing it. There's people know it's a pagan holiday and still will do it anyways. There'll always be people in town. They'll always have a trick or treat. People are always going to do it. It doesn't matter if it's wrong. They're still going to do it anyways. Woe to those who call good evil and evil good. Here we are. All Hallows Eve. Everybody's just going to be okay. You know, one of these days, you think that they grow up and stop doing these things, huh? Nope. Be adults. Drag the kids around. So, things I did when I was young. I understand. Oh, but it's about the kids. Yeah, look at what we're teaching our kids. You know, you can't correct something if it's wrong. You know, if you don't admit that you have a problem, that's called alcoholism. Like, well, the first stage of alcoholism is denial. You know, it's a disease. You're denying that you have a problem. It's not okay to celebrate. It's not good to celebrate any days. Not one day are you supposed to celebrate. On a calendar, if you want to have a party or whatever and have some friends over, but you don't do it on a calendar. Like, hey, you guys want to come over and have a good time, hang out, and, you know, watch some NASCAR or something, you know. But we don't do these things on this celebration, on this Yule wheel. This calendar date is vain. It says it in the book of Jeremiah. Through customs, through traditions, learn not their ways, that they are vain. He does not want us doing. They're worthless. He does not want us doing these things. So they'll just keep doing it, though, and tell themselves it's okay. God knows what's in my heart. Yeah, it says the heart is continuously filled with wickedness. Did you know that? Continuously filled with wickedness. So let me see. What can you do? Show them to the narrow way. They don't want to hear it. Leave them alone. Most people don't want to hear it. So, nope. They're just going to go ahead and do it anyways. No answers to that. Anybody celebrating Halloween this year? Anybody going to be a pagan and celebrate this pagan holiday? Take their kids out and get candy, get poison, get them bags of poison. I did it growing up. We used to fill up. I grew up in Los Angeles. We could fill up 3, 4, 5 pillowcases full of candy. In LA, hell yeah, we could. Especially if it was like a good night, you know, and there was like, weather wasn't the greatest, hard to be anybody be out. You could just crush it without even taking people's candy out of their bowls like that, you know. Still just take, about a handful. You don't have to take the whole thing, just get a little, you know, take a couple, few, you know, something like that. Nobody celebrating, nobody's saying anything, nobody's doing anything. Let's see, will they ban our chat or something? Let's go respark the chat. All messages. All right, there we go. So, but they'll still celebrate it and still say it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to celebrate. No, it's not. It's a dual pagan holiday. Like I said, today is the type of day where you go out and say, hey, man, these are things we're not supposed to be doing. Oh, you're being so judgmental. Well, no shit. We're supposed to judge with righteous judgment. I'm not condemning you. You don't stop doing it, Father will condemn you. But I'm supposed to tell you, you're not supposed to celebrate these things. Father fulfilled all the celebrations, all the fees, all the fines. Only by faith and faith alone are we saved, but we have to endure to the end to be saved. And you're going to go through hell if you tell people they can't celebrate. They want to celebrate. They want to have their parties and, do their Yule wheel worship. They love it. So I'm not saying you can't have a barbecue. I'm not saying you can't have friends over. I'm not saying, but don't do it on these pagan holidays. Do it on the days that are not. You know, if you're going to do it on one of those days, don't celebrate none of that crap. So, but that's the world we live in. It's okay. You know, God knows what's in my heart. Yeah, the heart is continuously filled with wickedness. He tells us don't do these things because it's wicked. It's blasphemy. So, you know, you couldn't pick a better day, you know, than one of these holidays on a calendar and say, hey, show people to the narrow way. If they're on the broad way, show them to the narrow way. It's what we do. You're not going to change them. They have to turn themselves. That's the word rebuke. Father rebukes them. Father call out to their heart, say, man, this is Satanism. It's paganism. Oh, it's fun, but we're not supposed to do these things. So people will tell themselves it's okay. You know, God knows what's in my heart. And, you know, well, come on, it's for the kids. Yeah. Why are we teaching the kids to celebrate pagan holidays and dressing up like, you know, acting, being something they're not? So it's, like I said, I find it rather ironic, you know, the day and age that we live in, that people can't come to terms with, hey, these are things we're not supposed to do. But they're going to tell you over and over and over, well, God knows what's in my heart. But that's because their heart is wicked. And this could turn out to be quite the night, is all I can tell you. I really think that, you know, if people are out there tonight, the timing is a little strange. This is starting right at their holidays, you know. Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas is when they're having all this, you know, supposedly cutting these food benefits off for people right during the holidays. You know, come on. The timing could not be any more perfect. You know what I'm saying? The timing couldn't be any more perfect. So I hope they don't do this. I really don't. Because if they do this, I don't want to make it about me. I think I'm going to struggle to get the hell out of the country. So I hope this shit blows over, but I don't think it will. I think it's going to change the dynamics of this country by this same time next week will not be the same at all. They'll be very different. There'll be things they'll start implementing. It's not going to, you know, change overnight, but there will be things that will be changed within by next week. I think so. If they run through with this, you know, taking away their benefits and they can't eat, they're going to get hungry. They're going to go get food. A lot of these people online are saying, I'm going to go get food either way. People are already going and doing it now. There are already people right now going out and walking into stores, grocery stores, taking what they feel like they had gotten on their cards because they don't want to go without when this happens, and walking out with it. So they're all being tracked, cataloged. All these people think they can walk into these stores and do this. You're not. You're being tracked everywhere you go. So they'll get away with it for now, but that's not going to be a, you know, I see those people, again, they used to be the first people that go right into the new system, brothers, sisters. They will go right into the new system. So they're going to come up with this universal basic, you know, digital income, digital blockchain income. So get ready for some free income. That can give out, you know, incentivize people to come over to this new system. And but what I see happening is I see small and mom and pop businesses being broke into, run over, and never opening their doors ever again. And the bigger business is being protected by the police, by the National Guard, by ICE, by all these, you know what I'm saying? By all it makes sense why there's National Guard in the streets now. 100% makes a whole, and they're not done with that, but this is how they're going to put military in the streets and normalize it, make it normal. So you see them in the streets all the time. And that's bullshit. So, people always with me when I was out on the road, I flip off the military when I'm driving. I don't care who they are. Like, dude, they're going to pull over and wreck you. Like, dude, shut up. They can't pull off. They're on a freaking convoy. They can't go anywhere. So, just don't like I want to see military outside of our military bases. That's where the military is supposed to be at, in the military bases, right? Not in our street. So, Posse Comitatus says you're not supposed to use the military against the people in a law enforcement capacity. Donald Trump has already been ruled by the Supreme Court 9-0 that he failed and he violated Posse Comitatus. He violated the Constitution. You know, that had been done, I don't know when the last time that was done. Like revolutionary type stuff. That was a long time ago. Yeah. So they're taking this full warp speed. Full warp speed. Here we go. Operation Warp Speed. So I do think, you know, we got 2 months left on our Deagle calendars here, and see if they're going to unalive all these, which looks like to be predominantly Christian nations, Anglo-Saxon, you know, Catholic, that type of believers in Jesus. We got 2 months. Okay. November's only got 30 days in it. So there's a month that doesn't have 31. So it's going to go quick. So what do you see happening? Anything? Anyone? I'll pick your brain. I'll keep you guys in here. I don't want to sit here and run in circles, but I might come in here a little later or something. I don't know what I'm going to do today. I don't know. Do some stuff around I put up all the fence boards and worked yesterday a little bit, so got a lot done, but I could get some more done, I'm sure. So all right, well, thanks for coming in. Appreciate the support. Thanks for all the comments, and we'll see you guys back here possibly for the end of the day. I go to the store. If there's anything you needed, I think you should go to the store today. Is there ever a time that you need to go to the store, knowing they might cut the food benefits off tomorrow? You know, this would be a good day in America to go probably get some extra rice and beans, get that water filter, just get whatever you need. You know what I'm saying? Man, I sure wish I was in Paraguay right now and not in America. I think I'd fend a whole lot better down where Sister Elsa's at. So it's not that I'm probably in the best place in the U.S. I really think I am far hands down in one of the best places to be. If this does go down in the U.S. to be, I could have lived anywhere. I could have moved anywhere. So this is where Father's put me. I'm pretty certain this is where. This is going to be a good place to ride out the storm if that's what happens. So I'll be glad that I'm here. I was during the COVID, so to speak. So I think I'll reap the benefits of being out here in the country if things break down tonight. So let's know that Father's in control. There's nothing that's happening that he doesn't want to. Please try to be charitable with Agape. Go out and share that. And if you have the ability, go get some extra rice and beans for your neighbor. You know, you can quell a lot of this violence. I'm sure that's going to come with some food, you know what I'm saying? I know anywhere out of this damn, you know what I'm saying? Anywhere in South America is just better right now than America. So Father could have dropped this case already. You guys know that. So he just wants me here, I guess. So there's nothing I can do. So I have 24 days, guys, 24 days, you know, until pretrial. And I know if they take it to pretrial, they're just going to take it to trial if I don't hear anything back from them. So, yeah, fly your flag upside down. There should be no reason that a flag should be flown right side up in this country. You tell me this is not a nation in distress right now with half the states have military in them. I think this nation is in distress right now. So flying the flag up right side up is doing it injustice. It really is at this point in time. You tell me this nation's not in distress? She sure the hell is. So they can't even pay the poorest people. I think we're in free fall, guys. This is what great again looks like. No, this is what the destruction of the old system and bringing the new system looks like. So be ready. Become your own system. Become your own power company. Start growing your own food, or you're going to go into the new system. So we'll come back and talk about it again later. Thanks for your time. If you want to support the ministry, there's links in the description. Somebody gave a PayPal, I think, the other day. I think I saw something. I didn't, I looked at it. I saw something from PayPal. So thanks for your support. If you want to help me try to get south, I really don't have funds to go. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's here. Seeker, you got it. You got it. Come back. We'll talk about this more. The boring companies, all this has been going on. If they could leave off this damn rock, why are they digging holes in the ground? This is the stupidest thing ever. They're going to do their Project Blue Book and do the fake alien invasion very soon. Very soon. They're going to do their fallen angel, bullshit fallen angel technology and unleash all these robots. You know what I'm saying? So go get the things you need today, not in panic. Probably most of you got the things you need on this channel. I'm not saying that you got everything, but I'm pretty sure if you're part of this ministry, preparedness is probably a lifestyle, right? So you already got the things you need. So, but if you can kind of pat them today, go get some treats or something for, the kiddos, the grandkids. If you got an extra buck to throw my way, that's fine. But if not, don't worry about it. Just come back when you have more time. Okay. Time is the only thing you need to tithe in this ministry. Do not have to worry about putting any money down. Money's too hard to come by in this day and age. So, but I'll figure it out. I think I might go out there and work on the flatbed a little bit. I don't want to. I don't. I think I'm saving it until next Monday. I just don't feel. I don't have it in me, man. That losing my dog floored me. And falling on my hip, guys. I couldn't figure out. Today I got up and I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me, man? I am freaking sore. I didn't do hardly anything yesterday. Yeah, you're coming off your adrenaline and you losing your dog and your hip. And like today I was like, dude, oh my God, what is that? So I better get up here and move around a little bit, or otherwise I'm going to get stiff. You know what I'm saying? If I just sit around. So once in motion stays in motion. So we'll get I even go check on the ladies too and open up their slide, but I'm going to open the front and give them some more food in there. Make sure they got lots of food in there, and I'll be back for the end of the day, the Most High willing. Thanks for your time, Pastor Revelation. Again, comments, likes, subscribe. That's you're up to you. We don't have to do any of those things, but appreciate when you do. And we'll see you again on the next High Desert Faith and Truth broadcast. Broadcast means to sow seeds. He said the enemy came and sowed seeds while we were sleeping. Don't go to sleep. I'm not talking about get rest. That's not till tonight. But please do not take your children out. I think tonight, if you're one of those people, come out of my people. These things do not partake in unfruitful works of darkness. You know what I'm saying? One day at a time, I'm going to tick them off. Thanks for being there with me, and I'll try to come up for the end of the day. And I don't know what I'm going to get done today. I'm just going to do things around here at the farm. So have a good day if you can. And again, go get the things that you need before the stores close. You don't go buy lighters and, paper plates. Get paper plates, guys. What if the power goes out? Get paper plates. That's something I should have bought the other day when I was in town, but I didn't stop because I wanted to get back to get to my dogs with some more paper plates. Didn't really have the money, but I should have just bought them anyways. So, they work for so many things. So go get some paper plates if you don't have paper plates today. All right, Pastor Revelation, Pastor Apocalypse. Whoa.